Hey y'all, it's Natalie from Delightfully Crafty, and I'm here for a Cherry on Top's July Design Team YouTube hop. Today we are focused on stamping, but I decided to do a little something different. I'm going to use wax stamps from Honeybee Stamps. I will do a little bit of stamping on the background as well, but yeah, we're going to focus on the wax stampers. So I have this piece of paper from the Retro Summer Collection by Simple Stories. So I'm just going to fussy cut out a few of the little rectangular sentiments to use as embellishments. I had an idea in my head, and it takes a little bit of a transformation throughout the process, but that's how it goes, right? So I have these two fun photos of my son at the beach, and he's like splashing water and he's in the ocean. So my idea is that I wanted to use the wax stamps to like seal down the little pieces of paper, right? So I decided to trim down the photos a little bit to make them 3x3 and fit onto my 8x8 page better. This is an 8x8 vacation album that I'm creating. I'm almost done with this one, so I'm working my way through. And I'm kind of trying to figure out how I want to use the embellishment pieces, and I decide I need more color on the background. So I grabbed this bubble cling stamp from Tim Holtz for Stampers Anonymous, and I'm using 3 different distress oxides. I'll just rub them onto this stamp, and then I'll activate the distress ink by spritzing it with water. And so the great thing about distress oxides is that they blend into one another so well. Sometimes I use a little bit of a ink blending brush to kind of make sure there's no harsh lines, but in this situation, since I was going to hit it with the water, I decided I didn't even need that, right? I used 3 different greens, and I'm just going to set it down on top of my white cardstock. I didn't use too much water, so I didn't need gesso on the page or anything. I'm just going to use my stamping bug to let me press that down really nicely, and then I'm going to keep the ink on there that exists and just add a little bit more and spritz it again and kind of just like lay it all over that white cardstock background to create this fun green background. It's a little bright here, but the beautiful thing about distress oxides also, besides them blending really well, is that they have this beautiful dry chalky finish when they dry. They almost get much more pastel. So I'm just kind of drying it off, but you'll just see as it continues that it does like soften up the color as we go along here. So I decided I'm going to rough up the pieces, and I'm still thinking that I'm going to use the wax stamps to stick down all of these pieces. But I did realize that if I did that, then I would kind of hide a lot of the wording on them. And plus I kind of just wanted like more solid color. So I'm going to bring in some solid cardstock here in a minute to break up some of those embellishments with words on them. So I pulled out the foam stickers from the Retro Summer Collection by Simple Stories, and that's going to be my title, Summer Holiday. And I'm still trying to figure out how to arrange everything. And this is when I kind of decide, you know what, I got too many words going on here. I need something to break that up. So that's when I turn to the cardstock. Oh, I am going to back each of my photos in some white cardstock as well to help them pop off the page. So that's what I'm doing here, and I'll use my little We Are Memory Keepers guillotine trimmer. I'll link all of those things down below. So I decided to switch sides of the page with the photos, and there you can see on the left I got my Doodle Bug really bright cardstock out, and I'm going to use a pink sheet, a yellow sheet, and a blue sheet, which are colors that I kind of gleaned from the foam stamps and the paper that I fussy cut. And I'm going to create these like little triangular pieces, so it's almost like a little bit of a sunburst. I'm going to rough up the edges so that it match the edges of the fussy cut pieces that I embellished. And I'm going to create a little sunburst coming out from the photo. Now I'm lighting a candle because to use the wax stamps, you need to melt wax. So this is from Honeybee Stamps, and it is a furnace is what it's called, and you just light a little tea light under it, and you set your little spoon there, and it will melt your wax in the little spoon and allow you to pour it nicely. It has a little spout, and then you can use your wax stamps. So I'm just kind of figuring out exactly where I want my papers, and I did not use any glue because the wax is going to be what adheres these pieces to the paper. So I'm going to use the blue color first, and I'm going to stick it down. And I didn't want to color block. I wanted to put the blue color on either the yellow or the pink piece because I didn't want to put it on the blue piece. So I stir that up, And then I am going to just pour it directly onto the pink piece of paper at the end so that it will adhere it to the page. And then I use the seashell wax stamper from Honeybee Crafts to stick it down. So I'm letting it sit there for a minute, and then when it starts to dry, you can pull it up really easily and it all comes out nicely. Now, have a paper towel handy and you can use it to clean out your wax. Just make sure you doubled it up so it doesn't burn your finger, because that spoon obviously does get hot because you're melting wax in it. You could also, like, normally if you're just using the wax stamps to like make embellishments, I would suggest doing 2 or 3 with that blue color so you're not wasting wax. But in this case, I just kind of wanted to make this page, and so I did clean out a little bit more wax than I would normally do. But you could also let it dry in the cup or in the little spoon and then peel it out and reuse it once it's dry. So the pink color is going to go on the yellow piece of paper, and I'm doing the rainbow stamp on that one. And these are all from Honeybee Crafts. They just recently started doing these little stamper wax seal things, and they're so cute. And there are ways to do like different colors and everything, but today I was just kind of keeping them simple. But I will show you a way to kind of make this stamp pop a little. And then lastly, I use the same yellow color as the paper, but I'm going to put it on the blue paper. And I'm going to stamp that with the heart wax seal stamp. And I'm sorry if you hear something in the background. I'm having to do my voiceover outside while the kids are playing. So tis life, right? So there we have the 3. And, you know, I dripped some of the blue wax, but I like that. I think it adds to the distressed look, and I'm totally into that. So I'm adding back the photos. I'm going to kind of tuck them under the 3 little sunburst pieces of paper. I'm going to stick them down. And then those foam stickers that are from Simple Stories are super strong. You don't need to add any additional adhesive to them. They will stick pretty much to anything. Since this paper is inked, you know, because I put that stamp background on it, it doesn't matter. It'll stick really nicely to that. So the title is Summer Holiday. And these, again, are from the Retro Summer Collection by Simple Stories. And then I'm going to use the foam tape rolls from A Cherry on Top to stick up the fussy cut pieces of the paper and just kind of tuck them in amongst the photos and the pieces of cardstock to add embellishment to the page. And then again, it's an 8x8 page, so it's a ton of embellishment. The star of the show are these wax stamps. So I'm using this wax. It's another type of wax, and it's from Prima, and it smells so good. So I used to use my fingers to apply it, but you can also use a paintbrush, and also I'm using a paintbrush to kind of get it into the grooves a little bit more. But I am using it to kind of help the wax stamps stick out more. So it kind of highlights the embossed image that the wax stamp creates, and plus it smells really good. That's why I don't mind using my finger. But I think this is from Prima. If it's not, I'll link it down below. So I'm sorry if I have the brand wrong. But these are really great ways to help make your single color wax stamps stand out. So make sure you hop along with everyone else. If you comment on all the videos, you'll be entered for a chance to win store credit to A Cherry on Top. I'm going to link down below with my affiliate links for all these products, and also for all the other videos in the hop. So make sure you check those out, because this design team is uber talented, and I'm so blessed to be a part of A Cherry on Top. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'd love it if you'd like and subscribe. Bye, y'all.